Welcome back to Life and Style. This is Living Up, and like I promised you, we're going to be talking about seat. I'm not even sure if I'm sitting right here, right here. But I've got Dr. Hamisi in studio, and he's going to be talking to us about all of that. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
You told me something. You are a doctor of you say just
A doctor of chiropractic.
What is that?
Chiropractic is a form of medical treatment whereby we specialize in treating most of musculoskeletal condition and other neurological conditions using our hands.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty big name for something that I could understand. But okay, so today we're talking about the effects. We're talking about the effects of our seating positions. People complain they have a backache because I'm always in the car, or probably my seat in the office is not a good one. But what is that called, and what is it?
Majority of people who spend a lot of hours in the office seated or driving suffer from something called Uppercrossed syndrome. Uppercrossed syndrome is that forwardness posture whereby either you're on your phone or you're seated on the chair.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we call Uppercrossed syndrome. Now, Uppercrossed syndrome is associated with many neurological and also musculoskeletal pain that we suffer from today. First of all, what happens with Uppercrossed syndrome is that...
Okay. You brought his spine. You can
yes,
just hold it. It's okay.
Yes, maybe I can hold the spine and demonstrate.
Okay, no problem.
So Uppercrossed syndrome, as I said, is this forward rounded posture.
Okay.
So what results in this kind of posture is, one, you get very tight muscle here that we call the trapezius. You get another tight muscle here that we call the levator scapulae. You get another tight muscle here that we call sternocleidomastoid. Then you have a deep neck flexors muscle in the front that become very weak. And at the back of the back, you have some other muscles here called the rhomboids that also get very weak, and the lower trapezius. And then at the base of the head, you have what we call deep suboccipital muscles. And what these muscles do is like your compass for the head. They also get very tight. The most special thing about the deep the suboccipital muscles is that there's a lot of neurological how do you call it, like nerve endings and stuff that here that send a lot of information to our head and give us balance and all that. So when this gets tight, we end up suffering from a lot of things like headaches, migraines, and the like. So when you suffer from Uppercrossed syndrome, the first thing that people get is that you get this forward head carriage. Okay? You get that turtleneck kind of a posture.
Okay.
Then the next thing that you get is you have your shoulders raised. So your shoulders go up. The next thing that happens is that the shoulder protracts and rotates forward. What that does is at the back here, if you can turn a little bit, sit turning, sit facing that one. There. So the scapula, which is the wing scapula here, then rotates and stays here. So you have people who are told you have a winged scapula, you have an over-exaggerated curve in the neck, or you get an over-exaggerated curve at the thoracic spine. So what that does to you is that now, over time, then someone may end up suffering from migraine, number one, then neck pain, number two, then shoulder pain, number three, then mid-thoracic pain, number four, you end up having something called thoracic outlet syndrome, where the pain goes down the arm. Why does that happen? It's because this Uppercrossed syndrome, the guy who founded this was a neurologist by the name Yanda, realized that the body is formed of triangles.
Okay.
So you have a triangle here, you have a triangle here, you have a triangle here, as it's depicted here. So you can see there's a triangle here, there's a triangle here. So the body is formed of triangles. And and in these triangles, we call them transitional zones. So we have the transitional zone, which is the first one between the occiput and the first bone.
Okay.
And we have another transitional zone at the lower level here, which we call cervicothoracic junction. And then we have another one at the lower thoracic spine and the lumbar. So when you get this posture, what happens in the joint here is that you start getting a lot of wear and tear. Okay? This starts happening wear and tear. So you get wear and tear that affects this joint at the top affects the joint here, number 4 and number 5, and then affects number 6, 7, and T1. So if you go to the hospital and you've had an you're getting an MRI or you're getting an X-ray, and you're told, okay, you have osteoarthritis, you have reduced the cervical curve, you have some arthritis that is eating, or disc bulging that is affecting the nerves that emerge from your spine, or you have that gibbous or posture, you have that hump that
Yes.
most people get.
Yeah.
So when it happens like that, then it tells us that for you to solve this, it's not through just a matter of going to the gym or just a matter of having a massage, but you need to get treated by understanding the mechanism through which this happened.
So when you're in that position, when you realize that something is wrong with you, and you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you those heavy words that you've just used right there.
Right.
I can't even remember one of them.
Right.
But yeah, so you're told that that's the problem. How do you go about now getting out of that situation? Because you said it's not the gym, then what am I supposed to do?
So the first thing that happens is that you need to get to someone who understands how this problem happens. Because to solve it is you need to reverse this. You need to reverse you need to reverse the head back here. You need to reverse the shoulders back here, and you need to be upright. So that why? So that you have your head, if you can turn and face this way, so that you have your head, the ears, and the shoulders in the same line, and you have your shoulders and the pelvis in the same line. So we're having an upright sitting. But it's not the question of you're sitting like this and then you do this 2 minutes and then you go back here. No.
You know, if you've broken like a leg, people put the plank of wood or something to just make it straight. So imagining a situation where you're like this and you have to remind yourself to always, you know, sit up. How do you go about that?
Let me demonstrate first, and then he can do it. So if this is your chair, it doesn't matter whether it's a rotating chair or it's a stationary chair. Most of us sit like this. That's how most of us sit, and then we reach on our computer.
Yes.
Or we put pillows, we put a lot of stuff on our back. That doesn't help, really. What you need to do is you need to hold your seat when you sit like that and push your bum to the very back of the backrest, and then you lean back. It's effortless.
Okay.
So, and then the other thing that you need to do is that if you have a table here, you slide in. You don't want your computer to be like this. You don't want your computer to be here. You don't want your computer to be here. You want your computer to be here, but your hands are relaxed. And the computer is in an eye level whereby you're not like this or you're not like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally get you. So that's one thing. There are people who are addicted to their phones because they're always like this, especially this generation now. We're always here doing something, and you'll find by the time you get home, you feel a bit of pain here because you've been like this the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is happening is that as we are advancing in technology, and as most of us are spending more time and more hours seated, the next thing that will happen is that there will be almost an outbreak, if you may say. It will be sitting problems and will be worse than diabetes or cancer in another 10 years to come. Why?
Because that is something everyone is doing every single day.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's going to be, if we don't take care, if we don't prevent it, then we'll have a society whereby most of us are like this by the time we're getting to 50.
Okay, that's funny. I'm just imagining walking into town and everybody's looking like this.
Exactly, because see, once you get into that posture and you don't know what to do about it, the next thing you've gone to see a doctor, you're in pain, you get an operation on your neck, you get fusion, that puts you now almost in permanent position in that. Then you get a low back pain, again you get another fusion. So what do you expect when you're 50? You'll be here.
Yeah,
that's how you're gonna spend your life. And the most unfortunate thing about this is that in our lifetime, we are blessed to have improved medical care, meaning we have high chances of living longer than our ancestors, because we have improved. We have improved nutrition.
Yes.
We have improved imaging. We have a lot of advanced treatments for various conditions. So you can imagine you getting into 100 or even 80, but you can't move from one step to another. You're on diapers. Why can't we change that so that when we are getting to 90, we are upright and active people?
These are pretty basic things that you're saying. Are you done with that? You're done? Or
No,
not yet?
not
Not
yet.
yet. Okay. You know, these are very basic things, but maybe I'm just taking you off from your demonstration. But how are people made aware of these things? Because you'll end up sitting. You know this is the only way I can sit. Is this awareness open there for everyone to know, you know, I need to sit like this pillow? You talk about pillow and I have a pillow right here and I'm thinking, should I throw it now?
No, not really. What you realize is that we are all buying orthopedic chairs. We are all buying orthopedic chairs.
True.
We are all spending a lot of time in the gyms. We are all doing various kind of exercises. The question is, are you doing exercises that help you or that affect you?
Okay.
That is the most important thing to ask yourself.
Absolutely.
So if you go to the gym and let's say you're in this posture, for example, you're in this posture, and then you go to the gym and you start doing sit-ups. Okay? Are you helping it? No, you're not helping it. If you go to the gym and you're in this posture and you start pulling weight, are you helping it? No. You know, if you go to the gym and you start doing roller, are you helping it? Absolutely not. So it's something that the trainers need to understand.
Yes.
You as a person, you need to understand, and even my colleagues in the medical fraternity needs to understand, so that when somebody comes to see you in the very beginning stages when you have pain, then you're able to be given the right advice and the right treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
Now, so if you don't have this, or let me talk about prevention and treatment at the same time.
Okay.
So if you're already in this sort of situation, or maybe you just started your job, you haven't gotten here, you just got your smartphone, you haven't gotten here, we're just assuming.
Yes.
What you need to do is, number one, I tell people to invest in this thing. It looks very simple, but it can do a lot. It's a foam roller.
Okay.
A foam roller, it's like a rolling pin. It's like you want to make chapatis.
Yeah.
Number one. The next thing that you need to have, it's a half roller.
Okay.
All these are basic and very cheap to acquire. And then you need to have a TheraBand, a tennis ball, or a cross ball. Either of these will work. So if you don't have it, the first thing you want to do, let me put your phone there. Come up. We start by something we call foam rolling. So the first thing we want to do is we want to foam roll your lower back. I want you to lean behind. Okay. So the first thing you have to do when you're doing this thing is you have to tighten your core.
Okay.
You have to tighten your core. You don't need to pull your neck. You can leave it like that, or you can just support it gently. This is what maintains your stability. So the next thing that you do is you roll back and forth. You roll back and forth. Then you can lean to one side. You can lean to the other side.
This you can do on your own, or do you need
Yes,
help?
you can do on your own.
Oh, okay.
You can do on your own. But you need to be instructed first so that you know what to do before you
Okay.
hurt yourself. That is just to like myofascial release of the muscles of the back. Then after you've done that, the next thing that you do is then lie back.
Okay, so you
Then
okay.
bend your knees. Now, you have to make sure that your legs are wide open so that you're stable, otherwise you roll over and fall. You must make sure your head is supported
Okay.
on this. Then what are we trying to do? The first thing we're trying to do is when we rolled back and forth, we were trying to create mobility at the back here.
Okay.
So now what we want to do is we want to open and derotate the shoulders. The shoulders are like this, so we want to derotate. So you turn your palms up and breathe. As you breathe gently, you move your hands one at a time
There you go.
until you get to a point where you feel, okay, I can't go anymore. It's either very tight, and when you get there, you just hold and breathe. What else you want to maintain is you want to maintain the trunk, the back flat here. So you push this down, and you just stay there and breathe.
Still holding your core?
Yeah.
Still holding your core.
Yeah, but you're pushing. No, you're pushing the back down.
Okay.
You want your back almost flat. So you're
There.
trying to push your back flat here, because what you're trying to do, you're here. So you're trying to do this and this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. And you keep on bringing your hands up Sometimes if you find, let's say you can't do it, we advise you can put maybe a book here and a book here and hold it. So that gives you a stretch that way and a stretch that way. Why is that important? Let me take you back here. Look at how these muscles are arranged. Or rather, if you look at it gently, you can look at here. You look at how these muscles are arranged. They are all pulling this way.
Yes.
So, and we are trying to come behind. So, so that's why it's very important to foam roll the lower back first.
Okay.
Then, so you can take this position a day, maybe for every morning.
Once a day. For how
Once
many
a day,
minutes should he
maybe-
stay in that position?
Maybe 10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes. Okay.
Yes, and then you want to bring your hands down, not up. You want to bring your hands down, not up.
If you bring them up, then you're still enhancing this position.
That's one, but also you have been in this position, so you might feel discomfort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, all right.
So that's how you can prevent it if you're in the office. The other thing that you can do is lie down. Either 6, lie down on the side. Maybe facing the other way. Maybe. Yeah. Miguu kidogo.
There you go. Okay.
Sasa turn towards me. Bend magoti. Lala kabisa chini.
Okay. That looks like a stretching position.
Yes. What are you doing? What you're doing is you're trying, so you're derotating the spine there, and then at the same time you're pulling this and pulling this. So you're getting like a spiral this way and a spiral this way. So what you do is you hold this firm, take a deep breath, and then after the deep breath you go down.
It's not painful.
No.
Okay.
No. And then you pull, grab and pull.
Yeah.
Pull it back. So you pull like that and stretch. Every time, the secret is breathing.
Yeah.
When you get stuck, you want to tighten. You want to do like you want to push this more and pull this more, and then take a deep breath, and then rotate your shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's how you can. That's that's
The
this
exercises
one.
you can
Both
do.
you do both sides, and then. But if you're already in pain, what we do is come here. It's first of all you come and do an examination. So you realize, okay, he's here. Relax. He's there. Yeah, he's there like that. So what you want to do, okay, I look at him when he's like that. So I say, my starting point will be here. So the first thing I'll do is I want to correct this. And then I want to correct this.
Okay.
So in this case, we use very specific treatment called FDM, fascia distortion model. So using our hands, we come and work on the tight muscles on all sides, in the back and in the front. Then after you've done that, turn your back. You want to come and adjust or manipulate the very top bone. So in chiropractic, this is what you do. You come there and you go, just like that.
Okay.
But people should not practice this if you have not been trained.
Okay.
Nobody should do this. You can easily hurt someone if you're not been trained. The next thing that you do, so you do the neck. After you've done the neck, you de-rotate the shoulders again. So hold there. Then like that. And you would work that to de-rotate the shoulders, both sides.
Okay.
Then hold it first. You again de-rotate the thoracic spine. So you come and release down one like that.
How
So-
many times? How many times do you have to go through this to, correct the?
No, treatment is about 3-4 visits, and
Okay.
this is done. So the next thing now is how you maintain it.
Oh, so this is done at the hospital. Then when I go home, then I do that.
Exactly.
All
exactly.
right. All
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
What do I do with the balls? You were holding.
We are going to going
Okay.
to that.
Okay.
So we go back here. So let's say we have finished that. Your treatment as a patient will add now this, which we didn't have in the first one, in the prevention.
Okay.
So lie back.
Can I hold them?
Yes.
that one.
So you give me that. So you don't want to start with the hardest. You want to start with the softest because, again, these tissues have been pulled for some time. If you can't do it on the floor, you can do it on the wall.
Okay.
So you lie back, bend your knees. And then you turn to the side. Put this where you feel the tension. And gently there. So you want to, it's like you want to move your shoulder back and forth.
Ah,
Like
okay.
you're getting yourself a massage. And then you can go back and forth slowly. Okay, and then you do the same
To the other side.
to the other side.
Okay.
And you also do this here. And you do it on this other side.
So you turn the whole body or just hold it?
No, this one now you do it on the wall.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And then now you asked me what else you do with them. If I
Yeah.
had 2 tennis balls like this, I would strap them together and then you put them here. Put down. You put there. And what you do is you want to move your neck back and forth on that.
These are
to
very
release
easy things that you can do
exactly
at home.
to release the top part of the neck.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's the same thing you do with this. It's just different densities.
Oh, so you start from
So
the
this is-
soft one going
yes,
all the
then
way
you go to the hard one.
To the hard ones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
You had a rubber thing, you know, the ones you use at the gym to
yes,
just
yes,
stretch
yes,
your
yes,
hands.
yes. Now,
yeah.
you're finished. This is called myofascial release, what you have just done. Now, how do we strengthen it? The first thing we do is you lie down. So the first thing you do is you keep it tight like that.
Make sure you don't release it.
Yeah, so your hands are like are facing either up or down, whatever, it doesn't matter. The first thing we want to do is this one. So you push the chin down like that. What are we doing? We said you have weak, deep neck flexors. So you're pushing those down to try and activate this to be strong. Then you do 10 of this in the center, then
Okay.
to the side here,
There.
then to this other side there.
Pushing it in.
Yes.
Okay.
Then after that, you want to lift your chin straight and tuck in there. Then go down. So several of this, maintaining this tension. The whole idea is to change. Again, as I said, we are strengthening here. We say there's a weakness here, so we are
Yes.
strengthening here. We have done this, so we are strengthening this.
Okay.
And then after you've done that, the next thing is you want to check your chin here. Then you take it here. Then you
Then
take
the
it
other
here.
side. Then
And
you
then you
lift
go
it
back
all the
and
way.
rest.
No? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
all
remember
right.
you're in pain.
Yes.
So that's the difference. So
Yeah.
you're not like somebody who is not in pain. Then you want to change your hands into the diagonal like that. Then tuck in this. And then this, now you're going to go like that. And then you change your hands like that. So it's like you're opening different directions. So you go this way and that way. And then you
Okay.
do again on this other side. Why? We said you have a cross section
Yeah.
of tightness.
Triangles.
Yes,
going-
yes.
Okay.
So after doing this, the next thing you do with the same is the rotation with the band. Lie on the side. Yeah. So again, you see, so you come all the way slowly, and then you go.
Okay. Okay.
So you see,
Okay.
you're being brought by the band, but you're strengthening yourself
Going out.
away.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay. Let's have a sit then. That's been very, very, very informative, if you ask me. So, Dr. Harris, we've been having this conversation, and probably someone out there is now figuring out why they have a particular pain somewhere in their body, probably the neck or the lower back. How can they get in touch with you to, get medication and stuff like that?
We have 3 clinics. We have a clinic in Nakuru, Nairobi, and Mombasa. And the clinic in Nairobi is located in Parklands, Kusi Lane, and the number is 0713 030 395 or 7.
Just say that again.
0713 030 395 or 7.
Okay.
You can also like our Facebook page, Premier Rehab Centers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harris, for that. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
It's very, very easy. You can pose the questions to us and we'll definitely get Daktari to answer you. So our social media platforms, Facebook, KTN Life and Style, Twitter and Instagram, KTN Life _ Style, SMS 22840, and the WhatsApp number is 0700-574747. My personal handle at _Mwikali on Twitter, and we will definitely answer all of your questions. Now, today is all about health and wellness. We're taking a very short commercial break. When we come back, we have Brian Sumo with Beyond the Sports.
I don't think I chose archery. It almost chose me. Most of my life, sports was my thing.